So last video we created a cross-platform budgeting app for both React Native and Expo using Cursor, and we didn't write a single line of code. So today we're gonna try to clean that up a little bit. We're gonna go in, do a little bit 1-2 touch without again writing any single line of code. We're gonna try to push the code to GitHub. So let's get it. This is what the app looks like. This is the home screen. Mind you, we built this without writing a single line of code. Look how clean this looks. I didn't even write a single line of code, just using Cursor. So anyways, this is what the home screen look like. You have your income, you have your expenses. We have a pie chart there. And then you can add transaction. You have different categories. You can add either an expense or income. You can track your transaction down here. You can also track it right here. You can sort them out and you can search. And then you have a card there that tells you a summary. You have a settings screen where you can also change the theme. Look how clean that looks. Look how clean that looks. And I'm not even a developer though. I'm not even a developer. So I'm just letting you know. And then we have the currency where you can pick a different currency and so on. And all this was built using Cursor. This is today's agenda. First off, we're gonna set up GitHub just because it's easy. It's good. It helps you track your code. You know, down the road, if you want to make changes or if you want to revert back to an old code, you can do that a lot easier. And I'm also doing this that way I can put the repo for you guys to be able to see the code. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add new features to the app like recurring transactions, the ability to be able to filter based on categories, currency converter, add more currencies to it as well, and we're also gonna add the splash screen. Once we're done all that, we're gonna again push the whole thing to GitHub, and I'll show you step by step. And the best part is I'm not writing a single line of code. Let's get it. This is everything we just talked about, but now we're gonna do them in details. And I created the step by step, that way it's easy for you to track. If you don't have a GitHub account, just go to github.com, set up an account. It's pretty easy. Once you're done setting up the account, I already have an account, so I don't have to go through this whole process. And now we're gonna go to GitHub to set up our repo. We go to github.com and then we click new repository. So in this case, it would be this right here. And I'll click that. I'm gonna select a name for our repo, budgeting. Hey, my name is available because that's the corniest name ever. But hey man, allow it. Allow it. So you can select if you want your repo to be public or private. In my case, I'm gonna make it public because I'm gonna share it with you guys. And we're gonna add README file. This is just gonna be, it's gonna come in clutch for when you wanna write a documentation for your repo and for people to read and so on, or for yourself. I'm gonna create one because it just helps with documentation. Click create. We have created our repo. Go to Cursor, open our terminal and just paste the command here. So now we've initialized our project. So the next step is to connect our project with GitHub. What we do need here though is we need to get the repo link. So if we go back to our GitHub and you go here, code, you see this link right here. So we're just gonna copy that. And I'm just going to paste that here. And we're gonna take that, Control C, and we're gonna go back to Cursor and we're just gonna paste that here. So I was getting an error because when I created the GitHub repo, I added the README and then I was trying to push my code to the repo, but there's no README in my code here. So I have to actually pull the repo first and then re-push it. The AI here has actually corrected what the issue is. So we have successfully pushed the project to GitHub. The repo is now live, so you can obviously go there and play around. I need to update my README file. That way it actually matches my project. I'm gonna update it at the end of this video. So we've finished setting up GitHub and connecting our project to it. Next step now is going to be to start adding the new features that we're about to add. Come on now. Let's get it. So we have everything set up now and ready to go. The first things we have to do is we go to the terminal and we input this command npx expo start. This is going to start our project. So what this is doing right now, it's creating the barcode that you're going to scan with your mobile device and actually use that to run the app. And as you can see here, now the app is ready and is running on my computer server. So the app is ready. Let's see what the first thing we're going to set. So recurring transaction. If we come here, it'll be like, please add the recurring transaction feature to the app, account for all the locations where it would be required with a improved UI/UX. And I'll make sure I run it in the code base. That way it does it around the whole code. So let's see what it's going to do. So first off, it's modifying the database schema and adding a recurring transaction type there, because these are all our IDs that we have. So if we go to the database schema, so under the service right here, we see like all the things we have. So we have the ID, title, and so on. So now it's adding that. See how it knows where to add that, right? So all I have to do from my end is literally click accept, and you see it just added them right there, and it added it right there, and I just click there. Next thing it's doing is it's creating a component for recurring transactions. It should be added under here. So if I click apply there as well, right there, it's added, and then I just have to accept it. Now the next thing is we have to update the transaction form so that it also has that. This is what we're replacing. So if I go down, we'll find that right here. So we're actually replacing this code base right here with this new one. But all it's doing is it's creating an extra variable for recurring transaction. So it's added that for us, as you can see right here. And if I go and I click the add transaction, look what's there. Recurring transaction. I don't know if it's working yet. Oh, it is. Oh my goodness, look at that Oh my goodness, look at that UI. I didn't even write a line of code. Look how clean that looks. I don't even think there's no way it works. Okay. Oh, I can select when it is. And then end date optional. I don't have to select that. Wow. I was not expecting the UI to be this good. That's pretty freaking good. So we have to update the transaction item as well. I don't want to add anything yet because we'll probably get an error. This is what we need to update. So we're replacing this with this right here. And the reason we're doing that is because now it's adding this for us, right? The recurring variables. So if I add that, so the transaction is now good. It's added the indicator for recurring transaction right there, as you can see. Next step is to add the transaction context to handle recurring transaction. It would add that in context right there, and I'll just accept it. Now we just test it and see if it got the job done. If I go to add a transaction and I say, let's say I add expense of $20, title tests, transportation, I say it's reoccurring, and I want to say it's, let's say daily, add. Where is it? Tests, transportation, right there. So it's good. I think it's working. We just have to make the UI also show that it's reoccurring. So I'll say, please make sure that the transaction screen shows that the transaction is reoccurring, and please make sure that it also shows the correct reoccurring status in the transaction screen. We will update that, accept it. Next, update the transaction form submit handler. That way when it's submitted with the reoccurring transaction as well. Okay, so it wasn't there. That's why. Accept that. Next, recurring indicator. Add the current indicator component. That's what the setting one was for. Then update the transaction component So we're replacing this. I'll just ask the AI to do it for me because I am not trying to do all that. And I'll just copy that. So we were able to get the recurring feature working. If I click here and I say $200, it's for food. That's how much you spend every day. Add transaction. Title, I'll say glow. Add transaction. Look at that. Look at that UI UX. Look how clean that look, man. Come on, stop playing with me. Okay, let's say I want to add my rent, or sorry, my income, and I'm making, I don't know, $50. That's my salary. I want to say that's weekly. Monthly. I want to say glow again. Add. Look how clean that looks. And I didn't write a single line of code. Let's go into the next task. So the next feature that we're going to add, I'm going to check right now, is category filter. Okay. Please add a to the transactions screen. That way users can filter based on the categories under the type of transactions, and make sure to account for the UI/UX code base. Let's see what it's going to come up with for us. We're going to create a category filter component. Okay. All right. So I'll add that. So it's going to create the component right there. Accept it. The next thing we're going to do is update the transaction screen. Except that file doesn't exist. We didn't create any constant. So now it's going to create that constant for us. So we are going to create that file, and that's where it's going to store the categories constant. Okay, accept that. Okay, that's looking promising. I can select based on income or expense. Okay, that works. And then I can select salary, which works. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Now we just need to improve the UI UX of that. Please improve the UI/UX of the. You guys saw that, eh? You guys saw that, how clean that looks. Now we need to do the same for here. Let's see what it does. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good. That's looking good. 2 down, a few more to go. So we've done this. Now the next step is to do the currency converter. Please add a feature so that when a user selects a new currency, they get an alert to input the convert value. That way it can convert the values appropriately. I don't even know if I'm speaking English there, but it will understand. That's the strength of AI. And while it's doing that, why do I have some errors here? I need to go fix those errors. Guys, before we do this, can we just appreciate how clean this looks? And I haven't written a single line of code. But look how clean this looks. Oh my goodness gracious, look how clean this looks. I'm so happy. Okay, so it's saying that it's done the currency converter. So let's try it out. It's in euros and we have $100 income, whatever. So let's go to the conversion and say in dollars. Ooh. Okay. Call at me. Okay. Let's just say in dollars it's 0.5. So let's say 0.5. So everything should be divided by half. Come on! So we're golden. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's try it again. Let's try something else. Let's say in euros and it's let's say in euros, it's 1 for 1. So it should be, oh my God, come on. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. This is looking good. Now let's go to the next. Add more currencies. So if we go to the currency context, I believe, yes. Please add more currencies. Because right now, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need like, give us a little bit more. Give us a little bit more. Look at that. Okay. Chill. This guy's adding the whole world. Look at that change. Just look how change in live. And this is what we have. Come on. Okay, so we have solved 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the last one. Now we're going to add a splash screen. Please create a splash screen so that when the user opens the app, they see the splash screen. Use a good UI/UX with the name of the app. This is the final piece. This is the final piece. This is the final piece. Let's see what it comes up with. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, let's see. It's creating a splash. Okay, so add it right there. Add the splash screen right here. And then when the user launches the app right here, it's going to open the splash screen first, and then from the splash screen, then go to the home screen, the tabs. There you go. So we're going to test it out, see if it works, because it's been a grind. It's been a grind. We've made it this far. So we're going to reload. Come on. We finished the splash screen. We finished everything else that we were working on. That was the last one. So now we need to create the README documentation. Now we're going to create the README documentation. That way you're able to read what's going on and understand what is in the repo. So this is the README file. It's created the documentation for us. So this is what you guys are going to be able to see in the repo. And it's just going to help, to be honest. The last thing remaining is push it for you guys to see it to the repo. Please help me push the update to GitHub. It's all committed right there. It's public, so you guys obviously are free to play around with it. So this is the end of the video. I'm just gonna reload it just so you can see the splash screen. Come on. Look at the home screen. Look how clean it looks. All the features that we added. Now you have the reoccurring feature added there. You can filter by categories. You can add a new transaction. Have the reoccurring right there. It's daily, weekly, yearly. If you go to the settings screen, the theme still works. We added more currency as intended. For the currency, if I said I wanted to go to euro, for example, it gives me this dialogue right here. So I can say, hey, you know what? I think euros is half of what a dollar is. And I summarized that. Look at that. That goes half. It's real in real time. And mind you, I did not write a single line of code. I did all this. You saw it with Cursor. That's why it's such a strong tool. So the next video, we're going to be back, make some update, make some improvement. But at some point, we're going to deploy this app to the App Store. But anyways, I'm excited. And I'm not even a developer though. But hey man, you guys have a great day. See you guys next video. Peace.